Hello students, a very good morning to you. Let's continue at chapter 12 of class 11, that is mineral nutrients. In our previous class, we have already studied about the role of macronutrients, means how the amount of different nutrients is required by plant for their different metabolic activities as well as for their physical growth, physical and physiological growth. So today we will study about role of micronutrients. You know that when any element required in a less amount or a very less amount, that is called as micronutrient, and the micronutrient has an important role as it helps in the different processes in plants. Like in case of human beings, whether we are needed some food in large amount and some food in small amount. So like human beings, plants also need some elements in a very small amount. And let's know what are these elements which is needed by the plant in very less amount, that is iron, copper, boron, zinc, molybdenum, chlorine and manganese. These are the elements or nutrients which is required by the plant less than 0.1 millimole kilogram inverse. So if the plant lacks any of the nutrients or elements in its diet or in transportation can't be occurred, then there are some demerits, or due to these elements the plant growth is get affected. So let's see how these elements are taken, or in which form these elements are taken, and what is their function, and what will happen if it will lack. So iron is observed in the form of ferric iron. As we know, iron is known as ferrous. So it is observed in the form of ferric iron. So you write here, it is observed by the plant. It is observed by the plant as ferric iron. As ferric iron, or we can write as Fe3+. Fe3+. Clear students? So next, what is its important role? It involved in the electron transport system. Just after this chapter, we will study about photosynthesis in chapter 13, and we will see how electron transport system occurs from photosystem 1 to photosystem 2. We will study in chapter 13. Just you remember here, it plays an important role in electron transport system. The next function is, it plays an important role in electron transport system in the cytochrome. Electron transport system in the cytochrome. Cytochrome is the center which receives sunlight, and when sunlight is received by that center, then the electrons are moved from photosystem 1 to photosystem 2, which I will explain you in the next chapter. You simply remember here that iron plays an important role in transporting electron in the cytochrome. Clear students? It also activates some enzymes like catalase. It activates the enzyme that is catalase. Catalase is the enzyme which helps in different catabolic activities. Clear? As I have told you, metabolism is the result of anabolism plus catabolism. Catabolism means when complex substances get break into simpler substances. So this is possible if the catalase enzyme is get activated, and this will activated if the plant take iron from soil. Clear? So the third function we can say that it activates the catalase. Clear students? It also helps in the synthesis of chlorophyll. You know that chlorophyll is present, but you don't know from where the chlorophyll comes. The chlorophyll in the leaves you see is possible Its synthesis is only possible if iron is taken in appropriate amount. So fourth function we can write here. It helps in the synthesis of chlorophyll. So you think what will be its deficiency? If iron is not taken by the plant, then chlorophyll will be not synthesized, and if chlorophyll will not synthesize, then sunlight can't be absorbed and the rate of photosynthesis will be affected. So this is its demerit. But here the function of iron, I have told you that it helps in the synthesis of chlorophyll, which take part in the process of photosynthesis. So let's see, students, how this is an important micronutrient for the plant, and without this nutrient the plant can be get affected in many ways. So next one is our copper. The next micronutrient is copper. So students, you can write these points. It is so easy to remember in sequence. Point 1 how it is taken, point 2 what is its function, point 3 means 3 is its function, and 1 is how it is taken. Clear, students? So copper is taken again in the form of cupric acid, means Cu2 plus. So it is taken or absorbed. It is taken or absorbed by plants. Absorbed by the plant in the form of cupric oxide. In the form of cupric oxide, that is Cu plus plus, or you can write Cu2 plus. So this is the form in which copper is get absorbed, and its main function is participate in the redox reaction by activating some enzymes. Means you know about redox reaction, oxidation reaction. So this has the important role to activate the enzyme which take part in redox reaction. So you can write the function. It activates the enzymes which helps in redox reaction. Clear, students? So you can write activates the enzymes that take part in the redox reaction. It also helps in different metabolic activity. Third point you can write, it also helps in different metabolic. Since it has a less function for plant, but due to that function it is needed by the plant, means it is an essential micronutrient. Due to lack of this nutrient, the redox reaction can't be take place, and due to which the ATP can't be synthesized. Clear? So next element is our boron. Let's see how boron is taken by the plant, or in which form it is taken by the plant, and what is its function. So next is your boron. Next micro element or micronutrient is boron, and it is taken in the form of BO32 minus. BO32 minus. Boron can't be taken directly, so it is taken in this chemical formula that is called as BO3 minus. Clear, students? And it helps in the carbohydrate translocation. Means for the transportation of carbohydrate it is needed. It is needed for carbohydrate transportation. So let's understand what is carbohydrate transportation. During photosynthesis, the carbohydrate is synthesized, means glucose, and that is stored in the form of sucrose. Again, how this is transported? You simply know when you are studying about transportation in plants that due to xylem and phloem, or by the help of vascular bundle, they transported to different parts. But its transportation only possible if boron is present in the plant. So here students, you can write it is needed for carbohydrate transportation during translocation. Clear? Next, it is also helps in the uptake of calcium ion. Means calcium is an important nutrient, macronutrient. So calcium will be uptake or intake by the plant if this element is present. So you can write the third function. It helps in the uptake of calcium ion. So here calcium can't be intake by the plant if boron is lacked. So you can write that calcium ion is uptake due to presence of boron. It also needed for pollen germination. Pollen germination. Students, you know that pollen grain is fall on stigma, and you know that stigma secretes a chemical. So what is that chemical? That chemical is here the boron. Due to boron, the pollen grains start germinating, means release pollen tube. This is pollen tube and this will release. This is pollen tube and this will release when fall on stigma due to boron. So that's why we can say boron helps in the pollen germination. It also helps in the cell elongation and cell differentiation, means its presence causes the cell division rapid. Its presence causes the cell division rapid by cell differentiation. Means in the meristematic region, in the at the root meristem or at the shoot meristem, auxin hormone is synthesized, and due to auxin hormone, the cell division and cell differentiation occurs. So this is also possible due to boron. Means you think how much importance this element has in different metabolic activities in plants. It is starting from carbohydrate transportation to uptake of calcium ion, then pollen germination and cell division and cell differentiation. So they are the different functions of boron. Next micronutrient we will discuss, that is zinc. So let's see what is the function of zinc, students. This chapter is, again I am telling you, completely theory, a very less diagram contents. So you have to remember the theory or to memorize. This is very important chapter also. So next micronutrient or micro element is our zinc, and zinc is observed in the form of, you know that Zn2 plus means its valency is 2. That's why it is taken in the form of, Zn2 plus, or you can write as Zn plus plus. So zinc is also taken in the ionic form. It means Zn2 plus, and it is necessary for the synthesis of different hormones like auxin. It helps in the synthesis of auxin hormone, and you already know about auxin hormone. It has many functions and helps in the upward and downward growth of the plant by causing the rapid cell division at the meristematic region. Clear, students? So it also helps in the activation of many enzymes. Means this micronutrient also activates many enzymes. Many enzymes like your carbolysis, carboxylase. It activates many enzymes. For example, carboxylase. So without this element, means this micro element, or when it is less in amount, the plant shows some deficiency symptoms. So here we study that zinc is also an important micronutrient which is needed by the plant. So next is our molybdenum, or which we write as MO. This is molybdenum. You know about the chemical formula of molybdenum, that is MO, but it is taken in the form of MOO2 minus form. Means the ore are taken chemically or in their chemical form. So molybdenum is taken in the form of MOO2 minus form. MOO2 minus form. Clear, students? So here MOO2 minus form. So what is its function and how it affects the overall growth of the plant? It is simply a cofactor for the enzyme nitrate reductase. Nitrate reductase acts as a cofactor. So what is nitrate reductase? In nitrification reaction during nitrogen intake of the plant, this enzyme helps in the reduction of ammonia or nitric acid or nitrous acid into nitrate and nitrite. So it is called as nitrate reductase enzyme. So it acts as a cofactor, means without molybdenum the nitrate reductase enzyme can't work. That's why it acts like a cofactor, means molybdenum. It also used by, it is for synthesizing the enzyme nitrogenase, means it is directly synthesize the enzyme nitrogenase. Just after this topic we will study about nitrogen fixation and you will see how nitrogenase enzyme help in the reduction of nitrate, ammonia, nitric acid or nitric oxide, nitrous oxide, etc., etc. So it has two major functions, means molybdenum has two major functions. It acts as a cofactor for the enzyme nitrate reductase and it also directly involved in the synthesis of nitrogenase, due to which the nitrogen or nitrate, nitrite, nitrous oxide, nitric oxide get reduced to nitrogen. So this is the important functions of molybdenum. Next micronutrient is your chlorine. So let's see what is the role of chlorine. You know chlorine is taken in the form of Cl minus. Clear, students? Chlorine is ionic form Cl minus. It is taken, I am repeating again and again. First point you have to write in which form it is taken. So it is taken in the form of Cl minus. Clear, students? And it also helps in the anion cation balance by mixing with Na. Means NaCl makes the common salt Na plus Cl minus. So if Cl is lacked by the plant or plant do not receive chlorine, then it is impossible to make a balance between the anion and cation. So here you can write this ion along with sodium makes anion and cation balance. Clear, students? So chlorine has also an important role because it helps in the maintenance of anion and cation balance. So it is also necessary for the photolysis of water in photosynthesis. Second point you can write photolysis of water in photosynthesis. It means during photosynthesis plants release oxygen. Then where does the oxygen come from? That oxygen is come from due to photolysis of water. Means due to breakdown of water, water breaks as hydrogen and oxygen. This is possible due to light. So photo means light and lysis means break. When water breaks in the presence of light, that is called as photolysis. So the photolysis of water takes place in the plants during photosynthesis due to this chlorine ion, means in the absence of chlorine, photolysis can't be occurred. It also helps in the cell division, means chlorine has another function. It helps in the cell division. It helps in the cell division. Then where cell division occurs? Root tip and shoot tip, means root tip and shoot tip. In these areas, the cell division caused by chlorine. Here you know that many, whether they are macronutrients or micronutrients, their function is correlated. If any one of the macro or micronutrient is taken by the plant in less or more amount, then it may affect the overall growth of the plant. Many times you have seen that the plant growth is not proper. When we grow any crop, they have stunted growth. If growth occurs, then the plant gets much higher than its normal height. Then its flowering get delayed, its fruiting get delayed. So students, all these mineral nutrients are important and necessary by plant. Any one of the nutrients lacks causes the demerit in the plant growth or affects the plant growth. And last micronutrient is your manganese. Clear? Manganese, which is called as Mn. So how this is taken and what is its function? You know that its valency is 2, so it is taken in the form of Mn++, or you can say as Mn2+. So what is its function? It also helps in the splitting of water like chlorine. It also, I have told you, many elements do similar functions, so it also helps in the breakdown of water, helps in the breakdown of water to release oxygen, during photosynthesis. So look, the chlorine has same function, manganese has same function, they are interrelated with each other. So we can't say that all enzymes do the same function. Clear students? It also helps in different metabolic activities like respiration and nitrogen fixation also. So it also involved in different metabolic activity, like photorespiration, nitrogen fixation, etc. So students, from the above discussion of these micronutrients, we can conclude that they all are interrelated, and if any one of the micronutrient is lacked in the plant can't be grow properly. So this is a very interesting chapter to study and to remember. You can, the simple form to remember this, write in points. The functions should be write in points. So this is all about your description on micronutrients. In the next class, we will study about critical concentration and deficiency symptoms.